Hi guys, here with the under-14s managers, Coach Muz and Coach Hafiz. Boys, goal scorers and sum up the performance, please.
So we played last year's league champions, Globe Rangers, and we won the game 2-1. Adina scored in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and Jeff got one. So.
Yeah, sum up performance?
Performance-wise, first half, good, as Coach Muz told them at half-time. Absolutely woeful, even in regards to our captains, weren't really having a great game. I felt like, because the spine of the team weren't playing great, I just felt like it was playing an effect on all the other players. As Coach Muz said, this is the league champions that we played. I told the boys they know how important the game is, yeah, and just treat it as a cup game. So first half, I wasn't impressed. No one was impressed, to be honest, first half. Second half, we had so many chances. I feel like if the attackers had a few shots at 2-pack, then man would still be alive. But yeah, so jokes aside, I was telling the boys, like, games like that, you need to finish your chances. You won't get 2, 3, 4, 5 chances where, okay, I'll miss the first one, I can go in and score the next one. That's not going to happen week in, week out. But another thing, lastly, I feel like the boys learned their lesson today. So what I mean by that is, not every game's going to be neat. Not every game's going to be tidy where you'd win comfortably. This was a scrap, and the boys, I'll give credit where it's due, they did dig deep towards the end of the game, and we actually fought for that win. I could proudly say that.
Yeah, so like, just going on from what Hafiz said, first half was quite poor, but we called the boys in. Coach really jumped in at half time, and I think that was important because, to be completely honest, me and Hafiz talked earlier and we said if Rudy wasn't there, then we probably would have just stuck to the game plan and kept it playing at the back, which wasn't really working. So because of that, it's always important to have a bit of experience on the touchline. And obviously Rudy been in the game for years, always teaching us every week, so thank you Rudy for that. And yeah, we just ask for like patience from the parents sometimes. We're trying to implement a game plan, and part of that learning is coaches are learning and players are learning. So bear with us, we're still young, still learning. So yeah, another win, that's 4 on the bounce, that's 12 points on the board, and I think we're sitting happily on top, so long may it continue.
Fantastic, thank you. Alright guys, I'm here with Coach Saf, manager of the under-12s. So Saf, could you give us the result and overall performance, please?
I played against Prostar, we lost 3-2, goal scorers both right side. Yeah, performance wasn't the best, definitely not the best. From what unfortunately I wasn't there yesterday, but on Tuesday we had a good proper conversation in the beginning to the boys that their attitude needs to improve, and that's what's going to get them the wins. I think a few of them think that it's just the same old league as last season. There are new teams and new players, and every season it gets difficult for the boys, but they don't understand it. So I think that now me and I think Coach Adam literally need to sit down with these lot and make sure they understand their position. Because a lot of the time I made a simple change which should have been picked up a lot quicker by the boys, because they play right next to each other. They've literally just swapped a position to the right. But from then, I think me and Coach Adam's going to take it from there. We literally need to get them playing ball again.
Cool, nice one, Saf.
Here with Coach Ethan of the under-10s. Ethan, you mind taking us through your game, please?
Yeah, we lost 6-1. I think Finesse scored the only goal that we had, which came right at the end, last 5 minutes or so. We started off. I was going to say we started off well, but we really didn't. We started off and straight away you can see that these boys could pass and they could dribble. A lot of the times when you come up against a, as we say, good team, either they can pass well or they can dribble well. This team did both. They were very organised, they knew what they were doing, they coached very, very well. But were they better than our kids? No. That's the first question I got asked by about 3 or 4 parents as soon as the game finished. Were their boys better than us? And I said no, because they weren't. Their team just knew how to play football better than us. We were still doing these same old habits of trying to do things first time, trying to take on every single player. I don't understand what it is about these boys, but they're allergic to passing backwards. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with passing and moving, and they just want to take everyone on, want to do the flashy stuff, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work against a team like that. Maybe against another team where you're winning 10-0, I'll allow you to do it. But against a team like that, when you're losing and you're still doing it, it's just, there's no common sense in there. It doesn't make sense. The boys got found out today. They got found out that they're not as good as they think they are. They need to come training, and they need to be more serious in training, because if they did, I said to them as well, they knew it, I stopped them at half time and said, if we do what we did at training yesterday, are we going to win this game? They said 100%, and they explained why they would, but they still went out and didn't do exactly what they said that they should be doing. So yeah, I mean, to be fair as well, we didn't have a keeper. We haven't had a keeper for a while, and we're going to struggle if we don't get one. So if anyone knows any keepers out there, bring them down, right age group. Nah, we need a keeper. We really do need a keeper, and we need some more players, because having 7 every week, no subs, it's not ideal. It's not going to help us, especially when we come against better teams. There's going to be better teams than that. It's not the best team in our league, and we're going to struggle if we don't get better players. So yeah.
Thanks for Ethan. Here with coaches Pele and Oli. Boys, can you take us through the under-9 game, please?
It was a 1-1, finished at half time. I don't know what happened in the second half. Was he there in the second half?
No, I went chip shot.
No, it was finished 7-1. It's literally just a game of 2 halves. First half against a very good Triangoals team with a better team. I think most people that saw that we had a lot of chances that first half, and if we did take our chances, we were looking at 3-4-0 lead at half time. Come second half, a few mistakes, give it a few goals, and that's it. The heads just dropped, and which is the main worry for seeing as a team is we don't want to see players give up. We don't want to see players not stop trying, and that's what happened. And it's quite disappointing on our side, seeing that after such a good first half performance as well. And we come into the game expecting a very good Triangle side. They had very good players involved, but in that first half, I actually thought we were excellent. I mean, there's a lot of good football played. I mean, Zakaria was very good in that midfield role. David was having a very good first half as well. But the second half, we just all capitulated, and just telling the boys at the end, you don't give up. Whatever the score is, we're not looking for results. We're looking for performances, and as long as you just keep your level of performance consistent, we are going to start winning games.
Yeah, as Billy's saying, first half was excellent. We were passing, moving, everything we wanted, and I don't know. Second half, I don't know. They went into the second half thinking that they're going to win it. They're going to blow this team away. It's just mentality-wise, it wasn't the right way to go about it. And then as soon as the goal started going in, they just capitulated. So that's the problem.
Yeah, and I partially at fault as well. I didn't make a lot of substitutions. I did look ruin the momentum of the game at points when I shouldn't have. It's something just to learn from next week onwards.
But first half was promising, so we build on that.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Kalisa making a debut today.
Yeah, history maker. Well done, Kalisa. And it's hopefully we can push with the girls team.
Brilliant. Thank you, Les. Here with coaches Aswa and Bills of the under-8s. Boys, you want to take us through your game, please?
Final score was we lost 3-2. Goal scorers were Yahya and Ahmed. I think the performance was good. The scoreline did reflect, I think, the boys' performance. They were brilliant. They were up against some big players. The other team was big.
Yeah, they were bigger than Ethan, I'm not going to lie.
There were some big boys, but the boys held it. Yeah, they just conceded 2 late goals. But they implemented what we've been teaching them in the sessions. They were getting their heads up. Zane's come a long way. Shout out performance. We had a new player today as well. Zach, he did well, came in, gelled straight with the team. Good performance from him. Ahmed, Abdurrahman, great as always. So yeah, I think the performance was good. Score didn't reflect it, but that's just the way it goes. So,
in my opinion, like if you consider the performance last week to this week, it was like we had a brand new team out there. They had to be physical. The opposition were very, very big. When I say very big, I mean they were literally double the size of our players. And our players did very, very well. I thought physically we coped with them. We were a much better team for most of the game. Missed a few chances, but in training what we've been working on is, beat your man, get your head up. It's very simple. That's all I've been telling them the whole week. Beat your man, get your head up. And we saw it today. There are certain players who didn't do that, and coincidentally those are the players that don't show up to the Tuesday sessions. I need my squad there on the Tuesday. It helps a lot more than the Saturday session. I'm putting it out there. I need you there on Tuesday. That's where you learn the technical side of the game a lot more. You develop much quicker. I need the squad players there. And in terms of performance overall, I thought they were brilliant today. They did everything we did. I asked them to. They missed
a few chances again.
Yeah.
I think we made a mistake as a management team. We took some of our key players off at key times. So I take some responsibility for the defeat. But I thought overall it was a good sign. Going forward, they're only going to get better.
Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Here with Coach Mo, manager of the under-7s, score, performance.
So we played Finesse Sports this morning. We won the game 4-3. Goal scorers were Yusuf Konkara, Yusuf Ibrahim, Mohamed Sarfraz and Dennis. We had the greatest starts, both off the pitch and on it. We had 2 latecomers, which meant we had to change the whole shape up in terms of personnel. But it was good to start the game without some of our, I'd say, better players. I mean, the whole team is very, very good, but in terms of 2 very, very good players we didn't have. So we changed the personnel a little bit. We started off a little bit poor. Went 2-0 down pretty early, but the important thing was we didn't panic at all. I thought the boys just carried on playing the football, made a single change, bringing on Yusuf Konkara, and I thought he changed the game. Because of him, we scored. He assisted 2 as well, and we went on to lead 3-2 at half time. Second half, we started pretty bright, took the lead again, scored again, so it was 4-2, and we conceded a little late on to make the game 4-3. But for in terms of performance, the passing was good. It could have been a little bit better. I thought this was probably one of the better teams that we played. They weren't brilliant, to be honest, but in terms of just their structure, I thought they were pretty solid a little bit, compared to the others that we played. So it was a bit of a test. So I thought we come through. I thought we weathered the storm quite well. We brought Percy on as well in the second half, and I thought once we had all our key players on the pitch, I thought we were very, very good. Suleiman, outstanding performance from him. Very, very good. Control the ball. I thought at the back was very, very comfortable. I know we conceded 3, but it would have been a lot more without him. Another shout, obviously, Yusuf Konkara, as I've mentioned. Mohamed Sarfraz, he done well when he was on the pitch. Dennis, obviously, he's himself always trying to chip in the goals. And Yusuf Ibrahim, I thought he was very, very good in the first half, scored a quality goal. We just need the players to start coming out the shell a little bit more. I thought they had to toughen up today, and it was a good learning curve for them because they've not had to be that physical before. So it was important that they start learning early. But I thought it was good, character-wise it was good. Obviously strength-wise we need to improve a little bit, but we're always going to be improving with these boys. So I thought it was a positive weekend.
Thank you.
Alright guys, I'm here with Ridwan Bey. Assalamu alaikum Ridwan Bey. It's been a long day. Another one, another cold, windy, wet day.
I need to buy a t-shirt that says long day on it.
Cool. Could you just sum up the day for us overall?
6 games. Start with the youngest under-7s. That's the one I watched. They won 4-2, I believe it was. 4-2 or 4-3. Yeah, 4-2. I can't remember. It was 4-2. I thought 7s were good. Bit disappointed that a couple of players showed up after kick-off, and there were a couple of important players as well. We went down, but I think we were 2-0 down at one point. But it was only a matter of time with that team, and once they started to click, even without the 2 better players, they look very, very good. Encouraging signs. I mean, you can't really say discouraging signs with that age group because they're babies at the end of the day. They keep putting wins on the table, and they're the only bit of beacon of hope at the moment, a little bit in the younger age group. So fair play to them. I like watching them, and I'll continue to do so. That's 3 out of 3 for them. And to be fair, I can't see many teams giving them a hard time. So Coach Mo's got it lucky in one sense, unlucky in another sense, because they can't get complacent. But at the same time, he can encourage a lot of different things, 1v1s, 2v1s, and we can go from there. So yeah, I think they're doing well, so I think they should continue. Didn't catch the under-8s game. From what I hear, they play very well, which is an encouraging sign. They lost the game, but I'm not too bothered about that. As long as they're playing well, they're ticking the boxes. I think everyone should have gone home happy. Like I said, we've not seen anybody else's vlogs or anything, so we have no idea whatsoever how people are thinking. So I don't want to add too much into it, but from what I hear from Coach Mo speaking to him, who was watching from the side, there were encouraging signs, so which is always good. They dominated. He particularly said they didn't deserve to lose the game, and they were too cheap shots basically, cheap shots. Oh, I'm hungry. Yeah, there's 2 sucker punches, and there's things happen in football, this life, but I wouldn't be too discouraged if everything looks positive. And the 9th, I saw the first half, and to be fair, I thought they were doing really, really well. We knew what we were going to get with the triangles. I actually don't know what that score ended, because when I phoned, by the time I got to this side, it was 6-1 to triangles. I don't know how that happened, because honestly, in that first half, I thought we were so good. Just not composed enough in front of goal, too many one-time shots. I think I counted 6 on the bounce where they just hit it first time, not knowing where anything was. So, I don't know whether to say it looks a bit more encouraging, because I have no idea how he capitulated in the second half. I'm sure Pele and Oli have made it clear. But are they going to keep doing that every week? They're just going to keep making it clear to us where they went wrong, and we need to see signs of improvement, and we need to see them quick. So, again, it's adding to last week. It's about personnel at the moment, and they haven't got enough. I'm really happy for Kalisa, who's come up from the girls, made a debut. I mean, you can't expect her to be a game changer on her own. To just be the first girl representative at R77 on any match day is quite an achievement. So long may she continue, and may she get chances, and more girls get chances as well, especially in the 8s and 9s team. They can definitely have a look over there and see if there's anything, because they're both dying for personnel. So, and the 10s looks like they took a bit of a tonking. Wasn't there again because of fixture clashes. Had to come over here, because when you hear about the 14s, well, you know why we were here. But they look like they took a proper tonking. I feel for Coach Ethan a little bit. He's got a very, very good team, but they're made up of 4 or 5 excellent talent, and to add players in that team is so difficult, because you've got standard, and I think that's the only team where you have an actual standard, because they've been together for so long, from all the way under 8s all the way under up. So we have to, I think as coaches, we need to recruit, we need to find the talent, and that's such a difficult job. To find talent, to find players is easy, to find talent that hit a certain caliber, that's difficult. Broadwater, they're a new team, but I've heard they're very, very good. Look, under 10s just got to keep ticking. They got to keep ticking away. They got to keep working. Coach Ethan's got to keep working with them. But 6-1 is embarrassing at the end of the day, and we don't want to see results like that. Not with that age group anyway. So back to the drawing board for them. Under 12s, a bit of a mixed one. Some say we didn't deserve to lose. I say we deserve to lose. I thought Prostar brilliant. You can't take anything. Look, when the team's better than you can't take nothing away from them. They're good. They had a little midfield player, the right winger. They're a good team. They're a good team. And it was better for us to play that game today and lose 3-2 than to play last week and win 17-0. And that just shows you what our ethos at the club is. We're not. You didn't see us bouncing after 17-0, and you're not seeing us bounce after 3-2 loss, or you're not seeing us go crazy after 3-2 loss. The thing is that these boys, and from what I hear from their coaches, is they need to pay attention in training. The attitude stinks, and if that's the case, then we're going to see that come Sunday. You know, what are the coaches going to do? They can shout, they can scream, they can lose their voice. What's going to happen? The boys are not paying attention, and you're talking to a brick wall at the end of the day. But it looks like some of them are. They do have the best numbers in training. They do work quite well. So I wouldn't kill them on a 3-2 loss to Prostar of all teams as well. It's going to happen. And fair play. And then the 14s. We had Globe as a well, it's not, but it's too early in the season to be calling it a 6-pointer. But it's definitely an important game. They're the champions at the end of the day. And I think that first half is the worst. It's not the worst half of football I've ever seen in my life. Don't get twisted. But it is the worst half of football I've seen from the under 14s. I think there was a little bit of too much respect shown to Globe. We went 1-0 up. But partly, I'm going to take the blame. I think me and Muz and Hafiz respectfully will take the blame for the way that first half panned out, because we banged on for 10, 11, 12 weeks about playing out from the back. And today there was no space to play out from the back. Fair play to Globe. They made it hard for us to play from the back. They made the game dirty. They made the game ugly. But in the end, they made the game, because of it, it made the game quite good. Made the game quite intense, and it made us change. It made us play at times, play in the right places, but do the simple things at times. And people got this argument about knocking the ball up top. Well, there's one thing about hoofing it, and there's another thing about playing a distinguished pass. And for my centre half, who we don't encourage, we tell you categorically, we do not encourage our back players to lump it long into anywhere. It is all meticulous and it's all worked out. And we had 5 minutes of half time to try and encourage that. So in the end, a 2-1 win was a great win. Could have been, I think the second half, no questions about it, we were the deserved winners. The way the manager behaved, clearly he watches this, because he had things to say about it. But the way he behaved, even the way we behaved, it was going to happen, it was going to spill over, because both teams don't want to lose at the end of the day. And today we're fortunate enough to win. We stayed top, we got great goals scored, but trust me, there's tough games coming and we look forward to them. We're not going to shy away from this title challenge. We're here, we're ready to play. So overall, I don't know, you can look at it as a bad day, but you can also look at it as a day of encouraging signs and positivity. So we'll stay hopeful, we'll stay positive. Back training on Tuesday. Hey, wallah.
Thank you.